All right, so y'all already know anything that I live and learn through, I'm gonna pass it on to y'all because we always keep it truthful here. This is Veratus. This is Veratus. If you don't know what Veratus means, it's truthful in Latin. So, life, when you are manifesting, life is like a slingshot. And that seat that you're sitting in, that slingshot seat that you're sitting in, is your free will. So it's basically like God is like, okay, where do you want to go? God has the slingshot in his hand, right? Because we are not in charge of the how. We are not in charge of how we're getting there. We don't even know if it's a slingshot or not. Okay, but I'm thinking it's a slingshot. In my mind's eye, it feels like God has a slingshot and I'm telling God, well, I want to go over here. I want to do this and I want to travel and I want to do this and that and the third and I want to make this amount of money. And God is like, okay, get into this slingshot seat. Now, of course, you're going to be like inquisitive. You're going to be like, yo, what are you talking about? Get into the slingshot seat. You're going to slingshot me from that to over there. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? That's where the faith comes in, right? Because you had free will to come to God and ask him for what you want and sit in that seat. But now you have to have faith and sit still in that seat until God decides to release you to where you're going to be propelled to. If you get triggered by the word God, you already told the divine, you already told your spiritual guides, you already told your ancestors, you already told the divine council what you want to manifest. What they're going to start to do now, just like when you fly in the airport, they're going to make sure that you don't go over a certain weight limit. Obviously, this is not physically, but spiritually, they are going to strip you away from the things that are too heavy, that are grounding you in your past reality so that you can get to where you want to go, to where you want to be manifested into. So God is going to be like, okay, this relationship that you have, it's draining you. It's holding you back. It weighs like freaking 200 pounds. So we're going to get rid of that. If you are like, no, and you start chasing after that relationship and you're trying to make it stay, you're getting up out of that slingshot seat and going after that relationship. And now you're not going to get to where you wanted to manifest to because you got up. Now you lost your seat. During this time where God is like, yep, this relationship needs to go, this thing right here, this job right here that doesn't appeal to where you're trying to go to, where you're trying to manifest or what you're trying to manifest needs to go. This friendship or this family member, they need to go. You need to stop talking to them because the way that they talk to you or the way that they treat you or the energy that they put on you is weighing you down. They need to go. God starts stripping all of the heavy energies that's on you, preparing you for that flight. And you have to sit there still. You have to sit there patiently. You have to distract yourself with what's around you so that you don't get distracted with everything that is leaving you and leave your seat, because that's what's going to start to happen. You're going to get distracted by everything that's leaving you and you're going to feel like, oh my God, but everything is changing. Everything needs to change. Everything needs to be released from you. Everything needs to, not everything, but certain things need to be stripped away from you because they are weighing you down. If they go with you to where you want to be manifested to, you're not going to get there. You need to be able to fly freely to where you're trying to manifest. The flight, right? Let's say God is propelling you all the way back so that you can take flight, because when he lets go of that slingshot, you start to fly. If you need to be a certain weight, let's say you need to be 300 pounds in spiritual weight, and in spiritual weight you have 1,000 pounds in spiritual weight because you have a toxic relationship and a toxic job and you're in a toxic environment and just so many toxic things that add up to a high weight. All of that is going to be stripped back. It's going to be stripped off. But if you try to hold on to it, you're not going to get there. You're going to get like halfway, right? Instead of going the whole way, you're going to get halfway there. If that's making sense. If that makes sense, give this video a like, okay? Listen, this came to me not only in a dream, but it also came to me last week. I just had been feeling like everything was being stripped off of me because by the new moon on January 18th, I feel like I'm going to be catapulted or slingshot into a whole new reality. And so everything around me has just been bugging out. My phone broke, my iPad broke. I don't have a relationship right now that's on my nerves, but people that I was talking to, like situationships, they just, just disappeared mysteriously. Even items, you even find that physical items just leave from your reality, and you're like, yo, where is this thing? I just had it, right? Like one of my tarot cards, one of my tarot decks, the divine has been telling me to use my pink tarot deck instead of my gold ones. But I love my gold ones. I love the aesthetic. But the divine is like, it's not about the aesthetic right now, honey. It's about you learning what each card means and you giving a very clear and concise reading. And those pink cards, they have the description of each card. It has which element each card is, what's the significance of each card. So the divine completely took my gold cards away. I don't even know where they are. I literally tore up my room. I kid you not, I swear. Tore up my room looking for the gold cards. Can't find them. I only have the pink cards. I have another tarot deck, but I don't even use those. And the divine is like, girl, I told you to use these pink cards. So now I took away the gold cards. I'll probably get them back soon. I'll find them in like the most randomest place when the time comes. But I digress. So the slingshot. When you're sitting in that slingshot seat, you have to focus on where you're trying to manifest. Don't focus on everything around you that's trying to distract you, that's leaving, that's being pulled away from you. Keep your eye on the prize. Do not lose your seat, okay? Because right now, what God is doing is pulling you back. You're on this seat, right? You told God what you wanted. You're on the seat, and he's pulling you back, and he's making sure that everything gets released from you because you're heavy right now. So he's like, let me release everything from her so she can be light, so she can have a smooth flight to her manifestation. Now, if you decide to get off that chair, God is going to pull that slingshot. You're going to go without you. The slingshot is going to go without you, and you're going to be so tight. You're going to be like, damn, I missed my chance. And you're going to feel it. Don't even think like, oh, well, am I really going to feel it? You're going to feel it. You're going to feel like you missed your chance. And that's the worst feeling. That is the worst feeling, I swear to you. I have felt it before, and I'm like, damn, I should have did this when that was happening. But I got distracted with everything that I was losing, and I got up off my seat, and I lost my seat. You know what else can happen? That you can lose your seat to somebody else. Somebody else can take your seat. And now you'll see them getting to your manifestations, and you'll be back there chasing the relationship that was being stripped from you for your own good. Chasing the family member that was being stripped from you for your own good. Chasing the job that was not aligned for you, that was stripped from you from your own good. For your own good. I keep stuttering, but for your own good. Everything is for your own good. Everything is happening for you, not to you. It's happening for you. You told God what you wanted. Your job is to tell God what you want. And Sky Daddy's job is to provide. Sky Daddy's job is to provide. Sky Mommy and Sky Daddy's job is to provide you with what you want. You don't have to know the how. You don't have to. You don't have to pay attention to that. You don't have to pay attention to that. Just sit in your little slingshot chair. Look at the clouds. Look at your manifestation. Gaze at the direction that you're going in. And be as calm as possible. Before you manifest, you must sit as calm as possible. It's kind of like doing your hair as well. Doing your hair, doing your nails. You can't be fidgeting in that seat. The person doing your hair, doing your nails is going to be like, yo, can you stay still? Like, I need you to like distract yourself with something. So my advice to you, distract yourself with something while you're in your slingshot chair. Distract yourself with the gym. Distract yourself with journaling. Distract yourself with shows. Distract yourself with music. Distract yourself with other hobbies. Distract yourself with learning a new language. Distract yourself with anything. You don't have to master anything at this distraction point, right? When you're in that chair, same way when you're getting your hair done, when you're getting your nails done, same way how you distract yourself with snacks and your phone and maybe working on your business, distract yourself the same way. When you're doing all of that in that chair, when you're doing your nails and your hair, you're not anxious. You're not anxious of how it's gonna come out. You're not constantly checking. You don't like that feeling of anxiety constantly on your neck, right? So just sit there peacefully and trust that God got your back. Okay? I hope this helps. Let me know what you guys are gonna do in this distraction time while you're in God's chair. What are you gonna do? I know for me, I'm gonna work on my business. I'm gonna keep creating videos. I'm gonna keep creating content, and I'm going to appreciate the little things. That's another thing. Like, being content with what you have right now is huge. Being content with what you have in this current moment, because sometimes we just want to manifest and manifest and manifest, but we never really like look around and say like, wow, I'm literally living in the manifestation of 5 years ago. Like 5 years ago, I wanted this and now I have it. Let me enjoy it. Just the other day, I was like, oh my God, I always wanted this type of bed, and I always wanted my own room. When I was growing up, I always wanted my own room. And I got my own room when I was like 21, right? Very late. And I didn't appreciate it because at that time I was like, well, I'm supposed to be in college, or I'm supposed to be, I just moved out. I moved out with my ex and I started living with him. So we started sharing a room. And now I'm back in my house. And the other day I was just like, wow, this is exactly what I wanted when I was a kid. I wanted my own room that I can fully decorate by myself and just chill in. And just love, just appreciate. And I was just there looking around, appreciating everything. The lights flickering, that was confirmation. That was confirmation. That was confirmation. But yeah, I was just looking around and looking at my ceiling lights and looking at my TV and looking at everything that I have. And I was like, wow, I'm so grateful. I really manifested all of this. Look in your God seat era. Okay, you are in God's seat. You do not need to worry about the how. Just sit pretty in your slingshot chair, in your slingshot throne, because you're about to be thrown into your manifestations. All right, you already know. I always keep it truthful. You already know.